Selling your home begins with solid market insights, and professional photos can make all the difference in attracting buyers. Hi, I'm Cherise Melzer with Keller Williams Coastal Area Partners in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. David JUMES with SKYLINE Imagery is here to give us some tips for sellers so they can make their home picture perfect. What advice do you have? Well, first of all, thank you for helping us out here.
Of course.
What insights do you have for sellers? What tips can you give them on making their home ready for when you come in and do your job?
Yeah, so the first thing that comes to mind is having all the doors open to all the rooms they want photographed. We can obviously do this for you, but we just don't want to, be shuffling through all your homeowners' personal stuff. We also don't want to miss any important rooms, any half baths or anything like that might be hidden away. So just having those open and just also confirming with us that all the doors are open is always super helpful. As far as kind of staging the house goes, really just as generic as possible in some ways. And kind of what I mean by that is I'd rather shoot a home with nothing in it that's completely empty than a home that's over personalized with too many pictures on the wall of all your relatives, all your family members, your own stuff everywhere, dog beds, things like that. It just makes the home look very lived in, and potential home buyers, they want to envision themselves having their bed and their stuff there, making their own space of it. And so, just making it as generic, and if you talk to a stager, they'll say the same thing. They want to make it very inviting and staging that kind of reflects the home instead of that's over personalized.
Sort of like a clean palette.
Yeah, exactly.
Simplified.
Exactly. And that just shows the space better. Nothing too cluttered, too busy getting in the way.
Yes. So
yeah.
The bathroom, you should probably put some things away.
Yeah, that's something that's lots of times overlooked. Is you've got your soaps, your shampoos, you got your loofahs, toothbrushes on the counters, all sorts of things you'll find in a bathroom, which it's great. It shows they used them in the morning, but also if you could just put those under the sink, and we'll do it too. Just don't want your homeowner missing a toothbrush when we're done with the shoot or anything like that. Another thing that's a little more nitpicky is the lighting in the house. You can help us out pretty greatly by just making sure all the bulbs match. Ideally, they would be like a white light, but even if it's warm lights, having them match is important, because then you can correct all the lighting kind of the same way. And so if we're in one room and there's another room with different lighting in the background, if you replace that bulb, it won't look all weird in the background. So
keeping everything consistent.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about outside? Because you definitely take photos outside.
Absolutely, yeah.
We should not have our ugly cars.
Yeah, so the two main things.
RVs or.
Yeah, exactly. The two main things in the outside areas are cars and trash cans. We can't move your cars. We can obviously move your trash bins, and we have no problem doing that. But definitely ask that you move your cars, and we're happy to remind you. But also trash bins, they make, we'll either Photoshop those out or move them eventually. So just moving them on site is always super appreciated, and that makes you one of our favorite realtors to work with.
So what else involved when you do shoots? What type of equipment, and do you also do video for us?
Yeah, so to answer kind of your first question, so the first thing we do when we come to a shoot is we say hi, and then we go turn on all the lights, open up all the blinds, and the reason I didn't say that and what realtors can do to prepare for a home is we actually prefer to, unless y'all have them the way y'all specifically want them, we prefer to do the blinds, because some houses look good with the blinds all the way open, but a lot of houses also, they may be in a worse neighborhood, or there may be cars in the driveway or there may be cars on the street and where we don't want to show as much of the window, so we'll just, you know, open the blinds flat. So we'll turn on all the lights, open all the blinds, make sure all the fans are off. That's another thing realtors can do to prepare, is make sure the fans are off. And then we'll start outside and go kind of in order of the home, finishing outside. As far as the equipment we use, the main thing is a wide angle lens and a tripod. Those two, most cameras will get the job done, but having those two things is essential. A tripod, so we get those, it's called bracketed photos. It's basically where you take either 3 to 5 photos. Then the middle one is the correct exposure of the house or what you're shooting. If we're shooting this living room, it'll be about how you're seeing it right now. That will be the exposure. A very dark one, because that will show the window. It will show the room super dark, but the window will be properly exposed. And then a bright one for some of those details and some of that nice lighting that the light brings in. And so we blend those together, and that's what makes the image come out the way it does. And then wide angle lens, because ideally in every room we want to get at least 3 walls, because if you get 2 walls, you don't know how far each direction they're going. But if you get 3 walls, you can see kind of where the room ends. So 3 walls is really what we go for on every shoot. And 16 millimeter is kind of that sweet spot between wide enough to get all the walls and show the space, but not too wide to where, you know, it looks all distorted and it's not really reflecting what the house actually is.
Have you ever had lingering Larry around the corner? You accidentally get things you don't want.
I love that question, because I hate asking realtors or homeowners to move or to leave the house, but especially homeowners, and it's specifically when we're doing 3D tours, because they capture everything at once. They sometimes have trouble understanding the concept that if you can see the camera, it can see you. And so what I say is, you know, we love your homeowner and we love you guys, and we're never gonna just tell you should leave. We're never gonna tell people we want their homes like empty and only do the lockbox, because, you know, if you want to be there, we're happy to have you there. At the same time, the less people in the property while we're shooting, the better. Yeah, just because that doesn't happen, you know. Especially if you get either a Matterport or a Zillow 3D interactive floor plan. Those are the big ones. Your homeowner, they will try to go to the back porch and they will be visible through the window. So it happens a lot. So yeah.
Who's that guy sitting?
Asking a homeowner
is he moving in with us?
does he come with the house? No, but asking the homeowner to maybe go get a bite to eat or something like that. That's always much appreciated.
That makes sense.
Yes.
How long, when you finish, do you produce the videos and photos?
So with photos, with all our photos, you get the photos the next morning. For videos, we ask for 1 to 2 days. And the 3D tours are the same as the photos, so those will be next morning as well. The videos is the only thing that really takes a little extra, unless you have some special editing requests, like I don't know, we have people ask, hey, can you put gravel in? The gravel's not in yet, we just have dirt in our yard. So things like that will obviously take a little longer, but with photos and 3D tours, it's next morning.
Okay, so but if I wanted the photos, you go ahead and give me those to get going, and then you can give me the video.
Yeah, absolutely,
okay.
absolutely.
One last question. How do we get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can go to SKYLINEIMAGERY.com, and if you scroll all the way down, you've got an email address and a phone number there. You also have in the top right a book now section where you have our schedule, you have our calendar on there, so you can book and then you're done. We have you on the schedule, and if you found a time slot, we are ready to go. You can also call or text me personally anytime at 830-998-0418, and yeah.
Do you have examples on your website that we could take sneak peeks at?
Absolutely, I'd love you to take a look at some of those.
You guys check it out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherry.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
And thank you guys for watching.